Hello, my name is Pratiksha Manglekar and welcome to today's session on interview skills. Interviews have become extremely popular in almost all fields and all areas, all professional fields. And in fact, this is the best way for the employer to know more about the candidates. Right? In many interviews, we have seen that the vacancies are very few, but the number of candidates who appear for the interview are a lot more. Okay, when compared to the seats. Now, how do how do you stand out in this particular system? Correct. This video will help you to achieve that goal of yours. Okay, at least it will take you closer to your goal, if nothing. So interview skills are nothing but interpersonal skills that we must have. We must remember that we should not treat interviews as something very foreign and something very alien. Interview is nothing but just a conversation. Correct. The interviewer is not there to reject you. The interviewer is only trying to find different reasons why he or she can hire you, right? So this is the most important part that I think a lot of us make mistakes at. Obviously it is difficult in the beginning. If you haven't faced any interviews, it can be a challenge, but with a lot of practice, the more interviews you face or the more mock interviews you face, you will be able to conquer this. Right. So what is necessary before an interview? It's important that you prepare. Okay, it's important that you are punctual. When the time that is told you is say 10 o'clock, you need to be there before time. You cannot be there late. Okay, also when you be punctual, you need to carry your documents with you. Okay, also you need to think before speaking. You can't be very relaxed also. Speak clearly, cohesively and calmly. Okay, whatever you speak, it should not be very lengthy. It should not be a really long story. Okay, you should be crisp to the point. Also, you need to exhibit that you are just having a conversation. You are calm about it. Be confident and not arrogant. There is a lot of difference between these two terms. Okay, confident is saying okay, I can do this, but then being arrogant is saying only I can do this. So you need to know the difference. Listen well. Often we listen to only half of the question and start answering, and then it turns out that you are not asked that question. Okay, at the end it's important to express gratitude. Right, so you can see this. There are so many members on the interview panel. Okay, there are 10 members on this interview panel, and one candidate is facing the interview panel. And then they are asking you, describe what you can bring to this company. Right, and then you look at those interviewers, how they are. Okay, they're all most of them are in relaxed mode, and someone is using their phone. Half of them are distracted. Right, someone is probably holding your resume and looking at you with a smirk. So normally interviews are like this because they want to create a stress. Okay, they want you to experience certain stress there. Okay, this really shows the way you behave here really shows what kind of a person you are or what kind of a person you can be. Now, an interview process provides you with a face-to-face opportunity to set yourself apart from the competition and expand on the information the employer already knows about you from your resume. As a well-prepared candidate, you can use the interview process to send the message that I am the best person for the job, to do everything you say and do. That is the goal of the interview. Okay, from your end, from the candidate's end, to tell that you are the best person for this particular job when in comparison to all the other candidates. So you need to set yourself apart. Okay, now how do you really crack an interview process? Okay, how do you get that selection? Okay, and let us look at the tips, interview skills that are very important. First impressions always count. Now what happens in first impressions? Your dressing matters there. You cannot be very loud, you need to be appropriately dressed. You cannot exhibit clothing that favors any particular say religion, or say any particular political party. It should be very very neutral. Also you should use neutral colors, and your appearance should be formal. Also you need to research the company or the institution prior. Okay, that always gives you the upper hand. You can use phrases like, because you have such a department in your company, I would like to be a part of that. You need to know about the other departments also, and how this department is going to be useful for the company. What have you got to offer? The things that you have studied. Say for example, I have a master's in such a subject, or I have such an experience. That can really help your company. In what ways you need to tell. And the process of the interview is really the communication that happens. It must be clear as far as possible. Also you should be able to give the message away properly. First impressions, eye contact again is a very important non-verbal speech, a part of non-verbal speech. Listening and responding timely, that is important. And at the end you need to be curious also. Okay, when they ask you if you have any questions, you should have a few questions. That really shows you are interested in the interview, you are interested in the company also, and you have thought beyond this interview. Okay, so what do you do before the interview? This can set you apart from others. Research the organizations, like I told you. You need to know about their mission, their values, their vision, also where they come from. Company history is very important. Products and services that they provide. And interviewer profile, this is a little difficult to get interviewer profile, but at least you should know who are the say team leaders and all over there. That information is easily available on the company's websites. Plan ahead. Okay, say you got an interview, that does not mean at say 10 o'clock, that does not mean you start at 9 o'clock. You need to know well ahead where this company is located, and the directions to reach that place, how you are going to reach that place, and parking, things like that. You cannot get late because of such things. So it's always better to reach prior than to reach late. Select appropriate attire. Organizational culture. So depending on the organizational culture or the industry, you need to choose your outfit. Also it should be suiting your personality. Okay, and it should be comfortable also. You can't be uncomfortable in any particular outfit. Say you are going for the selection for a teacher and you are a female, it's important that you wear formal attire. Say a sari is normally a formal attire for a teacher. Okay, and then mock interviews. You must have faced certain mock interviews. You can ask your teachers to help you out with this, or even your seniors or your friends. This kind of prepares you for the interview that you are going to face. Right. Towards the end of this video, I would like to discuss how to face a telephonic interview. So in modern days, what happens is most of the times the job location is elsewhere, and it's not always possible for them to have an interview in person. So they prefer a telephonic interview, or even an interview on say a video call. Right, so what is important? What do you need to do to prepare? You need to create a checklist of what all you need to speak Okay, that is important. What is important? Clear the room of any distraction. If there is any distraction, it's better you clear it off of that distraction well beforehand. Always have a pen and paper handy, okay, for notes, because constantly they will keep telling you something or the other. You need to make sure that you note down these things. Turn call waiting off, okay, in case you're going to receive any other calls. You never know if you're going to receive, so it's better you just turn it off. If the time isn't convenient, ask to reschedule. Please be free about this, please feel open about this and reschedule it. If possible, use a landline instead of a cell phone. These days, it's okay, because we normally have devices like earphones or headphones, so you can use a phone also, a regular smartphone also. That is because you need to hold it for long. Next is keep your resume in clear view, right? There are a lot of chances that in an interview they'll ask questions from your own resume, so it's important that you keep it handy. All right, with this we come to the end of today's session. Thank you very much. I hope this video was helpful to you.